Hey guys, happy Sunday. I thought it would be fun to do kind of a one off Sunday stream and just talk about the Spellbinders warehouse sale. Not, and I am not a Spellbinders influencer or anything, but it was mostly that everyone I know is talking about it. So I was like, it would be fun to just sort of see what I picked out. And some of this stuff I don't think is technically part of the sale, but it was all on like at least 50% off or more. So it's all kind of I don't know, it's interesting, and I haven't seen any of this stuff in real life, so it'll be sort of a, I don't know, off the cuff reaction to it to a certain degree. And actually, before I get started with that, I've been doing some background experiments. I thought I might share those quickly because I finally got out my cat scrappiness pearl powders, which I think are a lot like Ranger Perfect pearls. So I used like a brown and bronze on this, and it kind of turned into this sort of like very distressed paper. And this was sort of, I don't know, colors. What am I going to call you? Goldenrod to start with. Oddly, this is so funny story. This is a recollections pack, and I thought it was like a fall pack, but no, it's citrus colors apparently. But anyway, so I liked how this one came out. I figured this would be really good, like as a panel on some craft, and like if I was going to do sort of collagey things, especially if I was using like vintage and whatnot. Anyway, let me see what you folks are saying. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a you actually inspired me to, like, get the powders out, and they really aren't that I don't know, I just sort of, like, used a fan brush to, like, dab it around. I don't know what the correct term is there, but, and then I just misted it because I realized I had one of those continuous misters that I bought for acrylic painting. So I tried that, and it kind of gives an interesting technique. You'll see on the next one, like you get drops, and depending on if you tilt it or not, you get kind of interesting patterns. Oh, yeah, I shopped the sale a few times. A few times maybe. There's so I shopped the sale initially and placed the largest thing you will see. But then there was a bundle that came out that had nothing to do with the sale, and I picked up a few extra things. And I think I have also some random Christmas clearance in here, but we shall see. I haven't opened any of these because I got so I don't know. It's like I got so enamored making fall cards that I forgot all about Christmas. So, oops. Anyway, we shall see. So that was the first one. This was the second one, which is really yellow. But the idea I was curious how the misting the mica powders from Tim Holtz, which are the edge pieces here. This may be looking a little redder on camera. In real life, this is very purple. This is villainous poison for a point of reference. But anyway, it did what I thought it would do, which is since the mica portion floats, basically all the mica washes off. But then I also use some of that copper. I'm really liking Sorry, not copper, bronze. I'm really liking this bronze color, but I was like, if you put it this way, it kind of looks like a tree. So I'm not sure. Like if I did like a 5x7 and made this into like this being a tree and this being a tree and have some sort of foresty, spooky something. Anyway, I think this one definitely worked out. Um, I don't know if I'd missed over the mica powders because it kind of ruins the point of them. Like I feel like you could have just ink blended or used just like a straight, you know, some kind of spray, and it would have been just fine. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's reading pink. I mean, it definitely like these sections are pretty pink in real life, but like these sections are much purplier. So I think this is reading a little lighter for whatever reason. And then I did the same technique I did with the pumpkin, and I lightly used the gold mica spray. This is just on some of that new coffee pad I've been playing with, but I really like it. Like if you don't go nuts with it, especially with like a cardstock, you don't saturate it, so you basically get zero warping. But it's kind of nice as like an alternative. And then I like that so much. I tried the same thing with a plaid in this. I think it's called. It's some kind. It's from the Christmas Tim Holtz Christmas mica powder or spritzes I got last year, and this one is more. It's like something bubble. I think is the actual name of the color, but it's sort of it worked pretty well. This original pad is blue but less blue, and then I tried it on. Then I did gold again on some of the stripe stuff that came in that coffee pad. So I don't know. I've been playing around with things. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I'm in this weird sort of. I'm not sure if I want to do Christmas or Halloween or fall kind of moment because it's sort of like, everything. Everything. This is like that weird part of the season where everything seems reasonable. So anyway, so that was sort of part of my afternoon that wasn't making cards. But let's get into the thing that was the point, which was looking at Spellbinders things. Now, if I recall what this is correctly, let me make sure I'm not. Oh, that's just paper. That's fine. Uh, this I think was some stuff left over from. I am correct from last year's Christmas collection that I forget. So the long story about this is I never would have bought these because the mechanism I thought was really complicated, but now I've seen enough videos that I was like, oh, that's not too bad at all. So they were the dancing things, well, the dancing reindeer and Santa from last year. And these, I think, when I bought that, I don't know what the original price point on these was, but I think these were like $4 when I bought them, which was pretty decent. And I got this. I really like the simpler Santas. This reminds me of the Santa die set that comes in Oh What Fun quite a bit. This is a more normal Santa. The one in Oh What Fun is definitely a little bit of a chibi kind of Santa, if that's your vibe. And I actually like the candy cane, I think, maybe more than the reindeer, but in any event. And I don't love that they have sentiments on them that don't actually come in the things, but what are you gonna do, Spellbinder? So I bought the sentiments too, and they were also on sale. So I don't know. I thought they would be. I thought the size was pretty good for an A2 card, where it would be sort of the right sort of size for a focal point. Because I guess these, yeah, it would be like the legs and the head, kind of. And I actually liked on the deer how you have like this outer piece that you'd use for sort of their more, I don't know, brown markings, and then the rest you could do in white. Let me see what you folks are saying. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Cause like when I saw them, hi Cordelia and everybody else. Yeah, they were all on sale. I mean, I think so. I mean, I don't know. You probably know more about Spellbinders than I do, but it seemed like they were fire sailing last year's Christmas stuff pretty hard, which I guess makes sense. I mean, like it recirculates every year. When I was cleaning, I found those it wasn't what Sarah was using yesterday, but the sort of Spellbinders version of the ornaments that are multiple layers that look very intricate, which isn't close to my desk. But I bought those last year and forgot about them, so I still have those, and I think those would be really cool as focal points as well. But I don't know, and I don't know why. Spoiler: I bought more card kits, but like I don't know why the card kits are still on fire sale. Let me see if anyone else. Oh, hi Yvette, nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I've done some weird oopsies. Like somehow I managed to like record and my sound was clipping the whole time, and because I didn't like bother to actually check the audio first because reasons. Anyway, Oh, yeah, I was curious, Lynn, did you ever wind up buying those Cuttlebug scissors? Cuttlebug might be Cutter Bees scissors, because I think it was T who was cutting out with them today, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, someday I'll learn how to fussy cut." Hello, Crystal, how are you? Anyway, uh, so that was sort of the first round, and I basically like, I'd been eyeing these, but at their original, I think they were like $20 die sets. I was kind of like, I have Christmas things already, but now I have those. Let's not knock things on the floor. So that was thing number one, and then thing number two came about because, well, I would I was really excited when Spellbinders did their, I think this is their buy one get one free sale. No, I am. Oh, this is not that. Okay. This is, I think this is more stuff that came out of the sale. This is a, sorry, you can't see that at all. This is a 3D embossing folder that has little presents on it, even though it's called Vintage Ornaments. Oh, it does have ornaments on it. And do I have anything else in here? Oh, I bought more enamel dots because, of course, I did. So I think these were on sale. I don't remember if these were on sale, but I love enamel dots, so I wanted to get their holiday ones. I think this was more of a. I think all this was sort of more of an augment to my Christmas in July thing. So anyway, although I'm kind of impressed, these things are huge. Like, I don't think I've had one of their 3D embossing folders. I think I've mostly had their regular kind, which were, like great for an A2, but not like massively huge. And then, and then, and then somebody started showing off some really cool t-shirt dies. And these weren't on sale, which makes me sad, but I bought them anyway. But I swear everything else was. What on earth are you? Well, this is interesting. There is a thing, I'm not sure what it is. But I bought the t-shirt dye bundle because I'm not that sporty, but I really like gym stuff. So I was thinking I could do some like cutouts and stuff for some of my gym friends. And there's something else in here that is being difficult. What are you? Oh, I see. Oh, it just is a bag. Never mind. But I picked up that stuff because I thought, oh, and there is. Okay, this I also bought clearance. Okay, this is the clearance stuff. Someday. So I don't know why, but this was on sale for $1. And yes, Lynn, I shopped with your referral link when I bought the bundle that you did all the things on, because I was like, they would be silly if I didn't. But I have a lot of nerdy friends. I am a nerdy friend, so I really like this one. And this was like literally in their dollar bucket. And I don't know why. Like I've always heard people have mixed opinions on Spellbinder stamps, but I've always thought they were great. All the ones I've had. Um, But I love all these sentiments because really you could use these like for birthday cards, for Christmas cards. One of my geekier friends I'm making a birthday card for soon. So I think I'm going to definitely use these sentiments. Oh, look, there's a screen that might come in. If I didn't have like an SVG screen picked out for my craft roulette card, like this would have been cool. And I really like these glasses because I remember that Amanda made a pretty cool craft roulette card using glasses. So I'm kind of curious to play with those as well. Let me see if I missed anything. See, I think it's cool too. Like, and I don't know. So this one was like a really good deal. And now that all the little stuff is out of the way, ugh, I'll just show you how unnecessarily big this box is. I guess you can't see without me zooming out and showing you my address, which would be bad. But like, it's the it is larger than a card kit, which might be foreshadowing. But I will leave it on the floor so I don't really make a mess. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Who knew? I mean, I did, but so there's some kits on the bottom, but this was the majority of what I got from the warehouse sale. This was also these Stampendous stamps were on sale for like $1. I want to say these were $1, and like they had a lot of things that I don't have. I oddly have a limited amount of birthday set. But thinking of you is my mom's favorite sentiment, so that was part of the reason I picked this up. But I love a good sentiment stack or set, I guess I should say. But I don't know. I'd heard that they had sort of clearanced some of their brands, so I think that's why this one was like $1, which I was happy. Hey Scott, how are you? I'm just talking about all my unnecessary shopping because tis the season to make fun crafts out of things. I guess that's every season. Oh, which one did you get, Cordelia? I think there are two this year. There's the Stitchmas one, and then there's like the regular one. I actually passed on the regular one because it sold out last year, and this year I really wanted to try the Papercraft Society's one, just because I'm curious if they're gonna bundle digital papers. Because if they do, it might be a killer deal. But I don't know. I I haven't seen it. We will see what it is. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Sometimes I get it right. Well, I don't know. I think you're right, Kim. Like the best option is to just not look at it because then you're going, then you don't look at it and say, "Oh, I would like that." Oh, I'd love that. I like Black Friday. Well, and I think the interesting thing about Black Friday, honestly, is if they're companies that you watch their product catalog, maybe not all year, but regularly. Like a good example, let me reach into the box and say card kits, right? Like these are on sale to some degree all the time, but like the $20 sale is a lot bigger deal than like when it's on sale for like when it's on, sale for $40. But that would be fun. Oh, do they? See, like if they did that in their whole advent calendar and you got like 20 different papers, I feel like that would be pretty killer. But we shall see. I've seen none of their products in real life, so like that's always interesting too. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I need to inventory my stash, like because I'm a tech guy. I'm just sort of like, I could like take pictures of all this stuff and like store it somewhere, but that's time away from crafting, right? Oh yeah, I don't know. I bought a mystery box and some of the stuff was Christmas themed, so I haven't used it. Oh yes, I remember that. See, I don't know. I'm always torn with the advents because I'm kind of like I'd really like an advent where all the products kind of coordinated in some way. Because I did the Crafter's Companion one last year, and like the stamps were all cute, but it was sort of like I have a random floral in a basket and a coffee mug, and it's sort of like, well, these aren't really. I mean, it's like a craft roulette card in an advent calendar, but I don't know. I thought Crafter's Companion was pretty good. It was relatively die heavy, but there was no overlying theme, which I was kind of sad about. I mean, I think the Lego advent calendars do a really good job of like having a theme, but then also like having sort of unexpected stuff. Oh, awesome. Congrats on finding a Yeti. Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. Yeah, I don't know. Like I so like in my family like we always did not even the chocolate advent calendars, but my mom, I think from back when she was a kid or earlier, had like the old sort of the like the West German sort of paper ones where like you open the door and there's like a picture of a thing. So like they were pretty reusable year to year. So we always did that. So I always liked the countdown aspect of them, but the advent calendars of course have been getting more expensive as time goes on too. Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, I really like my coloring binder, so I'm kind of thinking that like it would be neat to do some kind of like craft stash binder. I don't know, I'm always like super impressed. Who did I do I forget I think my last swap I did with Lynn was with like another like happened to be another crafter and like, it was in a project envelope and it was properly labeled, and I'm like, someday I'll do that. And well, this is interesting. Oh, I remember what this was. So this was an interesting bundle that was like, I don't know. It was like an $80 bundle marked down to 10. So I bought it and I'm curious. And they're little pieces that you can use to sort of make quilts out of. I mean, they're geometrics. That's why when I saw the back of this, I wasn't sure what they were, but they all come with sort of an inlay, like an embossing die and then like an edge die. So you can do stuff like this. So you can basically make, I mean, they're almost like a mini, um, like layering die set. So I'm going to be curious to play around with these. But my thought was these would be great for using up scraps because I have lots of scraps. But I'm curious to see how those are. I wanna play with these, and I love small dies because they fit in my sidekick, and then it's not like a production to go and get stuff. And that's not a dollar item, but this one is. This was another Stampendous. Let me see what this one. This is more sentiment. There's a lot of different ones. These are all basically friend themed. Thank you for being a ray of sunshine in my life. There's a lot of stuff like that in here, and they're all positive. And like, if you've watched too many of my videos, like, I love a positive anytime card like message. Some of these are a little, I'll say, on like the sentimental side for most of the people that I generally send cards to, but it's still pretty. I mean, I still like it quite a bit, and that one was a dollar as well. Wow, 508 cards. Is that is it? Hopefully, that's all going to one place. That would be a lot of work. Oh, and that's just me. Yeah. No, I have problems with autocorrect too, T. But I don't know. Like, I kind of wish I had friends I could send like zappy cards to, but most of my friends are a little more snarky than sentimental, I guess. Well, I mean, like people in real life I know that I'm sending cards to, where you kind of get into, I don't know, like it's more. It's more that I think that people like uplifting messages, but it's more like people who like, "Oh, you got this," as opposed to like a "you bring me sunshine every day" kind of message. But I mean, I do have a few folks who like those. Oh, that's good. I think there was a charity card auction I sent like a good chunk to, and then I sent a chunk to my friend who also raises money for charity, and it's like, "Oh no, there go those 50 cards," but it's not like I won't make more. And perhaps foreshadowing a bundle I bought, I got the sentiments that go with Envelope of Wonder, and they're kind of interesting in that they're very scripty. I guess you can kinda see that. And it says cute stuff like Mr. and Mrs. and all that. It has a little bow. And the sort of idea, according to Spellbinders, is you'd sort of put it on a little tag. And we know I make lots of little tags. And what are you? Oh, this is all the things envelope of wonder because I had wanted that for a while. That would be good. Whimsy Stamps makes really good snarky ones. I got one. So there's a kissing booth one that has a donkey and a rat in it that has some very very snarky sentiments. But I think that in like some odd girl stamps are very snarky. But yeah, I don't know. I need more. I feel like I use just a note and thanks like 90% of the time. But since I spent too much money on this, let's take a look at what's in this bundle. Um, which Lynn probably has this whole thing already, but this is the base envelope of wonder. It basically makes an envelope, or I think Angela Brennan did this, but someone actually used this on a larger card base to basically make a shaped card out of it. But the real reason I thought this was cool is you get all these like small bits die cuts, and I felt like those would be like super reusable. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how this works. I actually have an envelope punch board I hardly ever use, so I'm curious if you could just make like your own envelope, which seems like that would be an option too. Um, so the base one comes with sort of, I think they're claiming it's autumn, but it's basically florals that remind me a lot of Be Bold Blooms, if you guys remember that die set. Oh, I guess that is not. This is the autumn die set. Um, I got hooked on this after Lynn was showing me all these two-layer mushrooms, and I was like, those are really cool. Like I could see using those because I like a lot of woodland critters, so I felt like this would be really good with any of the woodland critter stuff I'll invariably be doing once it gets sort of more harvest time. And then there is a spooky one. Um, the spooky one is it's interesting. These ghosts are somewhere between like cute and spooky. And they have a little oh, I see. They have a little banner and the banner can say boo. And it tells you what other die set you need. Clever. Um, and then the Christmas has I really like the gingerbread. Yeah. So that is not those were not on sale, but I don't know. They were still pretty cool. And then the rest of this, aren't they cute? I mean, like I think the idea is you do them in sort of red or white, but I don't know. I feel like you could do them in other things. But the other thing I shopped was their fire sale of card kits. And I think that's all that's left in here. You say all. So I bought a replacement for. I guess I'll just do this. And if you guys are interested in actually seeing what's in these, there are probably videos that I may have made. But so I got a replacement for Time Offline because I just kind of lost my stamp set, and it has pretty cool things in it. It's the one that, like, I've used for a whole bunch of Kendra's card challenges, and then 2 that were used to be expensive, but were included in the $20 one now are Party Hat and Streamers, which is very birthday themed, and whatever this one is. Oh, and, Butterfly Sparkles, which has a really neat die set in it, but, um I feel like people have probably seen these in the past, so I'm probably not going to unbox them tonight. But if there's any you want to see, let me know. Um, I think the highlight, and they're the classic card kits before the first of the year reformat, so they were much more like, um, they lean much more into being a stamp set and a die set as opposed to being completely consumable. Let me see what folks are saying. I agree. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Has anyone done the 3D embossing folder of the month? I'm curious if you guys think it's worth it or not. I don't know. I've been really liking embossing lately, so I don't know. It might be worth looking into. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they are nice boxes. What was that? I was watching somebody was unboxing Paper Pumpkin, which is Stampin' Up's club, and they were like, they literally spent like three-quarters of their video talking about how cute the box was. And I'm like, you obviously don't have a cat because if you did, like, that box would be owned by the cat by the time you're done. But they are very fun. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've undervalued dry embossing in the sense that, like, if you use a mica spray or watercolor on it, um, I think there's really a lot of, like, it can add such a lot of depth, I think, is what I'm trying to say poorly. Oh, yay. Let me know what you think when you get it, Kim. I'm curious. I have yet to use a 3D embossing folder, so we will see. Um, I'll probably have to figure out a sandwich and be a little careful to make sure I don't, like, break my Platinum 6 in the process or smash the embossing folder. Yeah, I like the regular ones. That's what I've been using thus far just because, I don't know, they're really great size for an A2 panel. But anyway, I think those are all the things I got, and, I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm still torn as to whether or not I feel like I wanna do more Halloween stuff, but I'm also, like, feel like we have a whole month of October that might have a lot of that. I'm definitely finishing my Witches Kendra's Card Challenge 11 set by whenever the first is, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating if I want to do more of that. I feel like I want to start mixing in some of the more projecty or Christmas year things. I have some fun pop-up dies of Christmas things I want to play around with quite a bit. Oh, sure. Let's look at one I know nothing about. We will time offline. Everyone's seen ad nauseum, but let's talk about these are these are currently on fire sale and are incredible deals. And I know I did a video about this, but I'm probably going to ramble. So let's look at Butterfly Sparkles because that's the one I know the least about. So, and I will try to be, we are going to be nice today. Um, so the original packaging, at least when I knew about them, looked a lot like this, and it comes with a lot of stuff. So it always comes with 10 card bases, and somewhere there's some adhesive. And I don't know. I mean, they're white. They have sort of linen texture on them. They're fairly, I don't know. They're decent card bases. They're not thick. I mean, they're more like a 67-pound one. The coolest thing I think in this particular kit are these, like, and can I open this or is this stapled? Maybe you are not stapled. Are you not stapled? You're not stapled. Hooray. Are these 3D stickers? So they've got, so the base layer is a sticker, but it's got a second sort of clear plastic layer. And of course, being spellbinders, some of them are, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Foiled. So like these are really cool. I think this is kind of one of the neater things in this particular kit. And it's not something I've seen very much. I don't know. They seem very like junk journal friendly, like because and they're kind of neat because they will ship flat, but then they pop up as soon as you go. But so the thing that generally comes in all of their old series kits is a full pad of pattern paper. As you might know, I like pattern paper a lot and use it all the time. So um, what generally I don't know. I'll say Spellbinders is a bit obsessed with the pale blue, teal, and pink as a color palette. So depending on how you feel about that, that's often what you get. And they do florals really well, which I'm sure is of no news to anybody who is watching tonight. But the neat thing about these is they have just really bomb foil paper, like real foil paper, not like faux foil paper, but like it's actually foiled. And look at this. It's a cat with butterfly wings. Okay. I'm not gonna gush too much. I'm not gonna gush for an hour on the cat, but I think they do a good job. I mean, obviously, I'm kind of a pattern paper nut, but I feel like they do a pretty good job, but mixing between sort of these sort of larger, more focal pointy patterns. Oh, this actually looks like wallpaper my grandmother had, but let's find another one. Well, they like something like this, right? They do a good job mixing with that, mixing with small patterns, and then they'll have stuff that's almost not a pattern. One might use the word subtle. Um, then in the classic kits, you'd always get a stamp set. That stamp set is generally pretty sentiment heavy, which is one of the things I miss in the current kits because I always need like a bajillion sentiments. It's really cute. I don't know. There's probably nicer words for that. Like I'm sure it's like at like the Spellbinders pitch meeting, they weren't like, you know what we want to make? Something that looks like everybody's grandmother's like formal living room. But anyway, it is clear that like no company would ever hire me to like write their ad copy because I'd be like, it's okay. You know, if you're like this sort of thing. But anyway, the words sparkle and wonderful come through a lot. Generally, you'll also get stickers of some sort. I wish Spellbinders would release more flat stickers because I feel like their flat stickers are really nicely done. But anyway, typically you'll get chipboard stickers. That's what these are. These are glittery words. Um, if you've seen this actually reminds me, if you've seen their new die cuttable foam, like that's what these kind of are. They're just pre-done for you. And then adhesive. And then you see why these are a good deal for $20 or $40. You get a huge package of ephemera. This is not adhesive, and some of it is foiled, some of it is not. But let's just grab a couple things out. And they do nice things like these sort of. It's very collage friendly because they give you two of everything, but um, they have a bunch of different things. Ooh, that one's pretty. Generally in the older kits, because they gave you a sentiment stamp set, they'll throw in a couple sentiments, but it's mostly more images. Although I think they got oh, this is really cool. I always love a cool camera image. Anyway, I promise I won't go through the whole thing. But yeah. So, like, as you noted, we're still going and haven't gotten to the bottom of this thing, although we're close. Typically, you'll also get sequins. They tend to do the sequins without. Oh, these have holes in them. I thought they did hole sequins. I guess not. But these are blue, and they have sort of a. They have a shimmery shift of like they're kind of like a periwinkle blue, but the shift is deeper than that. Almost like not quite a royal blue, but going more towards a royal blue. And then the die set, which I think this one is really good. It comes with 2 butterflies, words, and a frame die, which you can actually see here. It says sparkle often, which is actually not a sentiment I've seen before. But let me see what I'm missing talking about this. um, And they will generally give you in the old kits, they gave you sort of a walkthrough of what you could do with the dies, basically. Um, this one comes with a two-piece butterfly, so you have the body and then the wings, and it does come with several different sizes of stars and the smile often sentiment. So I mean, like this is a fair, like it's a small die set, but it's still a fairly decent die set. And like the thing I liked about their kit die sets when they used to do them, and the add-on die set to Merry and Bright, I think is this year's Christmas kit's name, and the add-on die sets they've occasionally done to their new kits, is that like they're simple but pretty, So there's a lot there. And of course, we get paper. There's usually 8 sheets. So here we have sort of a cream, a white, a black, a gray, a couple pinks, and more cardstock. I did not pick. Oh, this isn't a gripe, I swear. And then a navy and a light blue. And they used to give us metallic. And their metallic is really nice because their metallic is metallic on both sides. So if you die cut this, it's really sturdy and isn't going to fall apart, which can be kind of a problem with the single layer metallic or the single layer metallic words today paper. Because, if you were cutting words like these out of it, you want to have them kind of hold together. But that's basically what one of the old school kits are. And they're selling these for $20. So my feeling is like, even if you only want a chunk of what's in them, you still get a lot of stuff. Let me see what I'm missing in chat. Yeah, I love the kits too. I like both ones. Um, when Brian was telling me he wanted to do a collab using the next paper pumpkin, I actually am picking up next month or this month's easy quick and easy card kit, which is the new format ones. Because I want to do a head to head because I think the two products would be really interesting to compare. Because the Spellbinders kit retails for like $29 and Paper Pumpkin is like 25. And since we already looked at the other kit, let's look at the other new kit I know nothing about. And because why not? And this one got a little mangled in transport, but hey. I think their kits are always a good thing. And I mean, like, I guess I'll say I like card kits. Card kits were the first things I used when I started crafting because you have everything there and they all kind of coordinate. Hey Deb, how are you? Yeah, like they've had the kits on clearance for a really long time. And like I guess it makes me better understand why they did a kit reformulation if they basically had that level of stock on hand, but again, like I'm not a Spellbinders person officially in any capacity, so I don't have any ideas specifically. But And this was another one that I never caught on sale before, but wanted, which is the party hat and streamers, which you might guess is birthday themed, and you would be right. But it has a really neat. It has a die that makes like a pop-up birthday hat, and a things that make tassels, which clearly I don't understand how papercraft. Well, like pom-poms, I mean, like, sometimes I don't understand paper crafting because I had picked up some pre-done florals from Graphic 45, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know what this thing is. It looks like a really neat circle." And no, it was supposed to be like a rosette. But anyway, um, let's take a look at this because I don't remember what's in this kit other than the die, which I thought was really cool and reusable. Um, it comes with these are like cardstock stickers on like foam dots, basically, that are birthday hats. They have little gold pom poms. I was kind of mixed about these. I mean, I'm not really. I feel like if I have a die that does it, I would probably like use the birthday hat die first. Let me grab the thingy so you can see what this looks like. So this basically, because of the glue tabs, you can sort of pop this out to whatever desire you want, and then you can use these things to make fringe for the edge or a pom pom. But anyway, I feel like if I had a die that did this, I wouldn't use those a ton. But anywho, as I may have lamented before, and these are the chipboard stickers that come with it. These are really nice. I love that they have ones that say congrats in addition to happy birthday. Um, And like these kits have always made me very happy, but I like that there's a bunch of happy birthday sentiments here. Woo yay, birthday. Hey, birthday girl. Friends, birthdays, and hugs. That's a cute one. And they have a nice candle stamp. Of course, they have the Simon Hurley like stencil that does a similar thing, but anyway. And our obligatory foam tape. That foam tape has been through the ringer, it looks like. It's a little not round, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm sure the double-sided tape will be just fine. But I like when they do Marion Bright has a bunch of these too, where these are sort of like puffy stickers, but um, they're plastic coated, so they hold their shape really well. I also like the heavy focus on cake, which makes me happy. Oh, those are really cool. I feel like I've been remiss at, like, not owning like, I have a lot of Tim Holtz ink and, um, I like a lot of the distressed, like, random ephemera things, like the keys and the gears and the bookbinders and all that, but I don't own a lot of his actual dies. This comes with gold sequins, a lot of I guess I mean with both of their format kits, they give you a ton of sequins. Um, although I'm kind of really excited about Helen's sequin mixes because they're I don't know that would be a nice thing for spellbinders to do. Like I don't know, like I feel like one color of sequins makes it straightforward. And then there's a bunch of birthday ephemera, which I won't dig into that. A lot of balloons. I've been going ham with the not too shabby, whatever it is, birthday happiness ephemera lately, but very cute. You know, I think the one thing about spellbinders is they tend to have a very sort of consistent color palette that they only deviate from occasionally. And here you see they're doing another large floral. That's kind of a nice candle pattern, just because it's more subtle. Like if you wanted to do a more subtle birthday card. Oh, that's cute. And then you have some generic things worked in. Although skies I always like just because you almost always need one. Oh, those are nice. I really like Spellbinders paper quite a bit. I mean, I like a lot of people's pattern paper, but I think Spellbinders does a really nice job. I would say their aesthetic is very. Oh, there's some neat typography, Lynn. Anyway, um, and then there's paper at the bottom. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Spellbinders does a really good job with their aesthetic, and there are other brands like Not Too Shabby that I think do a really good job with their aesthetic. But I don't know. Um, I think like I think I started watching Sagar's videos on using these club kits, and that's the thing that like really got me into card crafting because I had done, you know, some level of crafting around the holidays, but I don't know that I realized for a long time that like there were people who make cards all the time. But anyway, that is sort of the extent of the silliness I bought. Yeah, see, I think they do a good job. Like I like there's like it tends to be a little on the pastel side for me, but, like, every time I make a card with a Spellbinders kit, I'm always like, "This is a card that, like, almost everybody would like." And, I mean, I guess I feel that way about a lot of cards. I mean, I think their dies are killer too, but, I mean, I think the only real downside to doing the kit thing is you're buying a lot of consumables, so whether or not you actually need those over time, I think, becomes kind of a question, but I don't know. I am still really loving kits, and kits are really fun for like sets of cards, and I don't know, I like that element of them quite a bit. Oh yeah, you're welcome. I craft with them a lot, although like I don't know, lately I've been really into fun folds and making my own card bases and making my own cards, but the I would definitely say that like kits allow you to very easily make cards, and the kits are a lot more portable. Like if you're just sort of doing your thing in your craft room. I usually craft from my craft room, so it's like not really a thing for me. But I think for folks who move around a lot, it is kind of helpful. I like that wordy pattern paper. It is nice though. I mean, I think it's a good way to. It kind of sets a theme with cards too, nicely. See you, Yvette. Hope you have a good rest of your day. They are, and I mean, some manufacturers, I think, make their kits explicitly to build stashes too. I like that Gina K went in the stopped doing the boxes as much and is sort of migrated to doing bundles. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate that you listened to me ramble on for an hour about all the stuff I bought. I don't usually do hauls just because I don't know. I feel like to a certain degree, I like to be sensitive to people who like don't spend a million, well, not a million, but like don't spend excessive amounts of their free time like shopping for craft supplies. And I think like kind of, I'm stealing a point from somebody else, but I think there's sort of like this whole issue of, um, like you don't necessarily need to be all about the stamp that came out this year because like holidays repeat. So I mean, I think that's why I've been liking interesting card layout so much lately because it's sort of like you could do it with almost any stamp. But I don't know. I still like stamps and pattern paper and all the things. So let me see what I am missing. Thank you. Always fun to chat with you guys. Thanks, Deb. Nice to see you. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. I just always feel like I should at least make the point of like you don't need all the things. I don't know that there's any project I've ever shown that like you couldn't do with whatever you had on hand. But shopping is fun and we all love it. So anyway, thanks everyone for coming. If this is something you like seeing, I'll definitely repeat it because it seems like a lot of people were sort of interested in seeing it. I mean, I think it's always interesting seeing what people have selected and then sort of understanding the logic as to why. But anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend if you hopefully have a rest of your weekend. And if not, I will see you either back here next Sunday for projects as usual, or I'll see you in a live stream some other time. I'm trying to think. I don't, there are a few videos coming out this week And I think that's about it. I don't think I have any midweek streams. Or well, wait, there's that cat scrappiness one that's coming. Check Lynn's channel for what time that is, but I think there's like a cat scrappiness midweek one happening at some point soon. I want to say the 20 something. Anyway, thanks for checking it out, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.